traveling lately and haven't had lots of time, so I thought I would give video recording out of my vehicle a shot, but I'm finding that looking at my face on screen is a little too distracting, so I hope you don't mind. You're seeing the Alberta Highway. The topic that's been rolling around in my head a lot is actually one about drug use in spirituality. What I'm wondering is, what is the value of drug use within spiritual practices? And I'm coming at this topic from the point of view of a former drug not abuser, but a user. When my dad passed away, he was like, my mom passed away when I was 8. My dad passed away when I was 30. Jesus, how old was I? 32. 32. So like over a decade ago. And up until that point, I never really did any drugs or anything like that. I did use marijuana a lot throughout life. Well, not a lot, but recreationally once in a while, because I am allergic to alcohol, so I don't, I get really stuffed up when I drink anything but tequila, and anyone that knows anything about tequila, you know how gross it is. So yeah, I opted to smoke a joint every once in a while instead. But then I got to be really paranoid, so I stopped using that altogether, before my dad passed away actually. But when he passed away, I went through my grieving process, and part of that involved a healthy fear of death, and I wanted to try everything that I had been afraid to try until then. Like, you know, I researched it all. I decided, you know what, you only live once, and Dad died fairly young, Mom died very young. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try everything. So I basically tried everything that was available to me other than meth. I've never smoked meth because I researched that, and that chemically alters your brain immediately. So I knew there was too big of a risk involved in that one. And I've also never tried heroin, and that one I'd heard was kind of a hard one as well. So I didn't want to go anywhere near that. Since then, you know, like, I haven't done any drugs since then. So anything new that's come out, I haven't done. But my favorites during that period of time were hallucinogenic drugs. Things like MDMA, ecstasy, what else was there? Oh, magic mushrooms, like poisonous mushrooms. I can't remember the technological term or the technical term of, I don't know, it starts with a P, but anyway, look it up. Anyway, I really love those, and I think it was because I'm a very creative type of person. Like, anything that can alter your state of mind, where things look crisper and colors are bright and vibrant, and things can morph into beautiful flowers and vines, and anything, I was attracted to. Now, having said that, I knew I was high every time, you know? I knew it wasn't a spiritual thing every time that I got high back then. You know, when I went on, like, okay, for instance, the first time I ever did mushrooms, I was watching Saturday Night Live, and prior to the show coming on, when I started to get high off of the substance, I started to have, and people laugh when I say this, but I started to have kind of like a telepathic communication with my plant. Like, I had a rubber tree plant that was beside the TV, And I can distinctly remember having a conversation with it. And then when Saturday Night Live came on, Tina Fey was talking to me through the program. You know, like, I'd be watching and then kind of just in awe over what I was seeing on the television, because, you know, like I said, the colors become really crisp and things morph into each other, and it was just beautiful. And she had said something, and then I just stopped and I looked, and it was weird because she looked at me, and and as I'm telling this story right now, I'm visualizing that memory. It's like a real memory to me, but I knew I was high. She looked at me and said, "Yeah, I'm talking to you, Rhonda." And I just remember, like, being in awe. Like, there was nothing else to say. Yeah, like, there's no other way to describe it. I was just in awe. Since then, I had done mushrooms several times after that, because it was really interesting, you know. And the high that you get off of them, like, I tell people, when you go to touch, like, your chair, it feels like your hand and your body's going right through the solid material, like the wood or the cushion or whatever. Another thing that happens is, like, the stars in the sky, they become brighter and they come right down so that you can touch them. What else? Oh, I could be laying in a dark room in my closet, or like in my bedroom, and there'd be swirling colors of light coming out of the walls. And there was one time I was in the bedroom and I was looking at my closet. My closet door was open, and I had a bunch of, I worked as a cook at a nursing home at that time, and I had a bunch of uniforms, and they were all different colors, you know, like lots of pinks, reds, purples, orange, green, everything, all of those colors separated on the hangers. And right before your eyes, they morph into beautiful flowers, and they come, you know, like vines that come out of the closet, so that you can touch them and you can smell them. And, you know, there's an old saying that when you're high on mushrooms, you can smell colors, and it is true. Like, I remember sitting in my bathroom, and my bathroom's a nice yellow color, and I remember, like, you can feel the color, you can smell the color, you know. I don't know how else to explain it. It's a spiritual feeling, you know. It's a religious experience. Now, the whole time I knew I was high. I knew it wasn't real, even though it felt so real, you know. I can see how being high on these substances when you're in a ritual, how it could feel like a profound religious experience, a profound spiritual experience. But psychologically, you're high. Like, there's chemicals mixing in your brain to stimulate these things, you know. And I have a hard time with using drugs for spiritual practice, just because of that. It's because I come from a point of view that I have used them recreationally, and I know what they do under normal circumstances. So when you're in a ritual, how is that different? You know? How is that different? I don't get it. If you can explain that to me, that'd be awesome. Because, you know, like, I've got a bunch of witches' ointments, and, you know, I've used some of them while meditating, and to me they're just a lighter version of the drugs that I've actually used recreationally. So I don't know, to me, I still know that it's not real. I'm just high, you know? Like, I don't know. I really don't know. I guess if you have different ways of, or if you have a different way of seeing ritual drug use, and explain it to me, that'd be awesome. Okay, so that's my topic. I'll probably make other videos like this. Kind of passes the time. I love it. Okay, bye.